Hello and welcome back to another Frostgrave review. This time around I'm taking a look at the first expansion for Frostgrave as I take a look at Thaw of the Lich Lord. Now on the front of the cover here we have the Lich Lord himself channeling some evil energies in order to raise his army of the undead that we can see in the background there. Now the first section in this book is the introduction. Now this gives you a brief overview of what the Thaw of the Lich Lord is about, and also gives you some nice artwork of the cultists there. The first section proper is the campaign. Now this features 10 scenarios, brand new scenarios that allow you to kind of track the progress of the Lich Lord, and some really nice different scenarios. For example, the first one that we have here is Total Eclipse, and as the actual game progresses it can get darker and darker, which reduces line of sight, which reduces how far you can see. It's a really kind of nice atmospheric gameplay to kind of get the campaign kicked off. Now this kind of progresses. Battle on the River, which is set on a frozen river with frozen ships. We move on to various different scenarios as we progress through the campaign. And this culminates in a kind of final battle with the Lich King himself. I don't want to ruin too much about the actual campaign itself, but it's kind of very much a build-up campaign to a final result. Now, in addition to the campaign that you get in this book, you also get some new soldiers. Now, this first of all, we have the typical fantasy archetype of the Bard. We also get 3 more. We've got the Crowmaster, the Javelineer, and also the Pack Mule. Now the Pack Mule isn't actually a mule, it's a person nicknamed so, and that guy's job is just there to carry all the items that you find. So the next section are some new spells. Now, fitting with the kind of theme of the Lich Lord, it's very much kind of more of the evil spells, so the witches and also the necromancer wizards will be benefiting mostly from these new spells. First of all, we have Homunculus for the witch, and then we move on to probably one of the most interesting spells in this book is, of course, Lichdom. Now this allows you to take your necromancer and as the game essentially become a lich yourself. There are some kind of negative side effects to doing so. You can actually end up really disrupting the power of your wizard by accidentally failing to cast this. However, there are some kind of really nice payoffs. Basically, you become a lot more attuned with the undead. You can cast heal on the undead. You're immune to certain spells, poison dart, things like that. It gives you some really nice, interesting features. So basically, it's up to you whether or not you stay as a necromancer or you really progress down that road to lichdom. The next spell that we get is another necromancer spell, and this is called Revenant. Now this spell essentially allows you to reanimate soldiers from your warband that have fallen and allows them to continue fighting. It's a really nice kind of interesting spell that if you lose a guy, you don't have a way of reviving him, you can just carry on using him in future games. You just have to keep casting Revenant after each game. And this brings us to the new treasure section. There's actually quite a lot of new treasure in this book. A lot of it's themed around the Lich King's campaign as well. We've got the Amulets of the Ghoul King, we've got the Book of the Rangafat, I think that's how it's pronounced. Lots of different weapons, books, grimoires, talismans, all sorts of things. Plenty of different treasures to keep you occupied. Now this brings us to one of the final sections of the book, which is of course the Bestiary. Now this features a number of new enemies for your warband to face in the city of Falstad, and a lot of these are undead themed. So first of all, we've got the Banshee, we've got Blood Crows, Death Cultists, we've also got Frost Wraiths, the Ghoul King himself, which is one of the characters in the campaign, and a Rangafer as well, which is kind of like a half hybrid of reindeer and man. I think that's how you pronounce it correctly, I'm not sure. We also get a few more. We got the Spectre, Wraith Knight, and probably the greatest of all, Zombie Trolls. This brings us to the final new character in this entire book, which is of course the Lich Lord himself. Now the Lich Lord really does have some fantastic abilities. You can just see here all of the spells he's got access to, all the equipment he's laid out with a fantastic stat line as well. In fact, the Lich Lord himself is so powerful that in the final battle itself, it's recommended that you take a additional player just to control the Lich Lord and all of his minions. So that's the thought of the Lich Lord. And on the back here we have a brief preview of a new expansion, which is Into the Brooding Pits, which are coming out in July. So yes, that was Lich Lord. Excellent book, very nicely laid out. We've got some fantastic new scenarios in here. I mean, they're all a lot different as well. They're not just going to be the plain same old scenarios from the main book. They've just got an undead twist on them. They're actually new, kind of well thought out scenarios as well. It's nice that we've also got some new soldiers as well, which you can expand your warbands, and the fact that the new spells really kind of give the Necromancer Wizard's a real extra kind of edge in this game. Now, dotted about the book, as I've kind of briefly mentioned, there's some fantastic artwork. You can see here, I mentioned it when I reviewed the main Frostgrave rulebook as well. It really is nice art. We've got one of the Rangafers there, or Rangerfers, whatever they're called. The half reindeer, half human hybrid. We've also got this photography, as you've already seen, dotted about, which gives you a good idea as to which miniatures to use, how to paint them, how to construct your cities, and we've got the Ghoul King there. So it's completely full colour as well all the way through, which is really nice. Some of these books just tend to be black and white, so it's quite nice to see a full colour book here as well. In terms of the writing, it's all nicely laid out, very straightforward. It doesn't kind of mess around too much when it comes to explaining the background. It explains the background and gets straight into the actual rules. Very clear and very straightforward indeed. So what I'm going to do is pop a link in the description below where you can go to Osprey Publishing and pick up your own copy of Thaw the Lich Lord, which for $9.99, considering you get 10 new scenarios, new warriors and everything else, it really is an excellent price. So if you enjoyed this review, do let me know in the comments below, and until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.